Hello and welcome to India Ideas. This is the show which is all about science and tech, innovation and entrepreneurship. I'm Gautam Roy. Today we're talking about startups and young blood. How the startup ecosystem in India is leveraging its youth power. It's driven to a large extent by the youth. To throw up one number, India's median age is 29 years and the average age of startup founders in the country is 31. Now, what does this mean for the startup ecosystem in the country, and what more can be done to further leverage and maximize its benefits for the benefit of the country and its youth is what we're talking about today. And we've got young founders with us, co-founders of seed stage startups. Let's introduce them to you. We have Devashish Goyal, founder and CEO, O Local, which is an AI-enabled smart bidding platform which offers local buyers and sellers an online marketplace platform for their transactions. Akash Gupta is off with us, co-founder and CEO, Ingenium Education, which is democratizing technology for small and medium coaching institutes in tier 2 and 3 locations or cities. And Hemendra Hoon is also with us, co-founder and MD, Nora, which is an organic menstrual hygiene brand with specially developed material to counter growing plastic pollution and much more. First, to you, Devashish, just tell us about your venture O Local first. How is it aiming to create a hyper local retail ecosystem leveraging technology and looking to beat e-commerce giants?
So thanks, Gautam, for having me today, and I'm very glad that OLocal has making some progress into hyperlocal. So from last decade, we have seen the that Amazon and Flipkart has making strides in e-commerce market, but now we are seeing the disadvantages of having e-commerce. All of us know that retail system is a backbone of a GDP. So we have created a platform which connects local sellers rather than creating anything on top of it. So we are giving them appropriate tools so that they can fight with e-commerce giants and have the same uh, market view in front of the buyers. So OLocal is an AI-enabled smart bidding platform that offers local buyers and local sellers an online marketplace platform to sell, to buy and sell products. So OLocal is typically reversing the process of e-commerce, which leads to better prices and more effective product discovery and availability, wherein a product is requested by a buyer attached to the Amazon price of the product. Now, this Amazon price is acting as a benchmark that over the period of time, every one of us has made Amazon as a benchmark. And using AI, sellers are chosen who then bid, keeping Amazon price as a benchmark against the product. By this particular process, the buyers are getting better prices, not just than Amazon, but also among the seller community of the local sellers. Local sellers are getting appropriate number of requests so that they can also have their way in retail market. Right now, e-commerce is going into tier 2, tier 3, and over the period of time, all the power will be consolidated. So this O Local is a platform where all the sellers can come, sell their product without any commission on a platform. So this is just a small intro about O Local.
Okay, sounds good. We'll ask you more about it, particularly in terms of challenges related to scaling up and finding backers, and of course people to come up on the platform as well. But let me bring in Akash now. Akash, just tell us about Ingenium Education as well, because it's a white label model that you're using and technology, of course, to take coaching institutes in tier 2, tier 3, which have been offline, particularly in the pandemic period, and getting them to go online and save their businesses, or at least grow their businesses.
Yes, sir. So, Ingenium, as you told, we are providing a white label application to coaching centers and schools, and basically enabling them to go digital. And it is the need of an hour right now. But yeah, we were before COVID as well, and will be after COVID as well. Why? Because digitization is needed for these for the generation which we are in right now, the generation who are studying right now. They need a digital platform so that they can get connected with their teachers anytime they want. They can be and these coaching institutes and schools, their competitors are way big companies such as Byju's and other companies who are providing education at a much cheaper price and more digital education. but we are providing an app so that they can also compete with them on technology basis, on other basis. Obviously they are like they are the teachers who are interacting with their students on day-to-day basis, and they are the ones who are actual gurus of those students. So they need to be also be enabled with the technologies. They also should have the power of technologies to stand up in the market, to be relevant in the market right now.
Okay, okay. I'll ask you more about this, but let's bring in Hemendra as well. Hemendra, tell us about your well company, your products as well. Nora, I believe, is trying to kill more than two birds with one stone, addressing issues of plastic pollution, better reproductive hygiene, and also empowering women.
So, Gautam, I'll start from the beginning. With the idea came along in a place where we understood that we came across a study by IIT Hyderabad, wherein the chemicals inside the sanitary napkin, a commercially available sanitary napkin, are very harmful to the human body. So while working on the same path, we also came across facts where a sanitary napkin would take, a commercially available sanitary napkin would take approximately 900 years to degrade. Now, keeping these points together and looking at the fact that in this industry we have not seen major innovation in the past 10 to 15 years, we tried creating something different. Now, we created an exclusive product in which we were able to bring down the plastic content of the pad down to less than 10%, and the complete production happens without any kind of chemicals. Now, keeping in mind the women empowerment part, we a complete manufacturing and a process is run by women workforce. Now,
Hmm.
these women usually comes from nearby, villages or slums to get them come on a monthly payroll and give them extra benefits to empower them. Moving on, we what Nora will not only stick as a menstrual hygiene brand, but will be an ecosystem towards feminine hygiene products. Right,
Okay.
presently we have sanitary napkins, we have panty liners, and intimate wipes at the moment, which all three of them are chemical free and biodegradable.
Hmm. That's what I was thinking, that if your product is about organic and reducing plastic pollution, it would have applications beyond menstrual hygiene and similar products as well.
Of course, of course. So there are looking at the market now. People say that organic or biodegradable products are a niche segment of the market. But the way we have seen the market evolve, it's not exactly niche. It's just the lack of awareness there, which we have to actually counter. And looking at how we have done so far in just a matter of a year, where we have been through two lockdowns, we have got amazing response. Now, every single product we plan to launch further will have its own space, and which will be critically designed, keeping all the insights and pain points of the consumer in mind.
Okay, okay. Now, all of you are in the 20s, Devashish. So, in a way, you're young with very young ventures as well. But at the same time, for those who are younger than you're almost like career counselors. So, tell us more about how did you choose to go the way that you have gone with your company, O Local?
So I always wanted to create a value in the market. No matter, I was also a previous founder with MoGuide, which was independent itinerary based trip planner. But after the pandemic, first lockdown, there was my mom wanted me to buy a AC. Okay, so obviously everyone wants to go on online, but they were very keen on me to buy from a local market. For fortunately, I got better prices in my local market and also better model. So what happens on e-commerce, typical e-commerce like Flipkart or Amazon, other e-commerce market, they sell older products of the brand, but in the local market they give you better prices and better products. Also, they also give you have someone to fall back if something goes bad for your product. For now, you need not to go on Flipkart or Amazon for customer care support. It will take around 8 hours for you to close a request. But when you have a person sitting in a shop near your hometown or near your home, you can just give you a call and say, "Bhaiya, this is not working. Can you just fix this thing?" Also,
Hmm.
this is local sellers go a lot of problem while they go on any typical e-commerce. They pay enormous amount of commissions. Okay, they don't have any other avenues to market their shop. Right now, the only option they have is to put big hoardings out their shops or do an advertisement in a newspaper. So we are creating them DIY tool that is AI enabled, which they just have to click their offers and directly they can create a creative. They can push into o local infrastructure of the local city. So they're directly targeting these people. Those are the potential buyers of the product that they sell. So O Local is not just connecting the local buyers or local sellers. We are trying to create an ecosystem within a city, giving them appropriate number of features so that they can
Mhm.
sell effectively and make their life easier, both for the buyers and for the sellers.
Okay. I have a supplementary for you. If I'm a seller, I would be very interested, especially in tier 2, tier 3, to compete with the products that are there on major e-commerce platforms. I would be very interested in going to O Local. But if I'm a buyer, why would I be interested in O Local, where I have to go through some complicated bidding, spend some time and all that? Why would I do that?
So buyer just has to select the product on O Local, keeping Amazon price attached to it. Every product comes with Amazon price attached to it if it's sell on Amazon. Now you have to request prices, and within 1 hour, you are going to get bids from multiple local sellers. Also, you are going to get offers from multiple local sellers, and it's going to get delivered in 1 hour. So no more waiting for the anxiety of getting a product, getting calls from the local logistics supplier, where's your house located, or it's going to come. No more tracking of your order. You just order a product, get the best price in an hour, and get it delivered in an hour. Within 2 hours, everything is done. No more hopping on multiple websites for deals and
Okay.
for all those kind of things.
Okay, that then sounds like an advantage. That's good. Akash, tell me about your venture. How did you think of it? Because it's almost like it seems as if it's born out of the pandemic, but I'm sure its origin is before that.
Actually, when I graduated out of my college, like in 2017, I was searching for doing something. Then I got to Roorkee. There, my other friends from IIT Roorkee, they were studying there still. So I was in need of some earning. So I started a coaching there for the students of like Roorkee. So all three of us, all three founders, we were teaching in that institute, in that coaching, and almost 60, 70 students from class 6 to 10th were attending there. And while we were teaching, while we were in the teacher's shoes, we came up with this idea, like let's develop an app, because the students, they are more they get more attracted towards the digital products. Okay, so we created an app. We were giving questions and providing homeworks on the app, and they were really proud of the coaching. Like they were like there was a word of mouth marketing about the institute. Like this particular institute, they provide a mobile application. They record the attendance digitally, daily. This notices of their attendance, daily SMS of their attendance comes on the parents' mobile. So they felt very safe. They were like ready to send their girl child even in the evening, because the attendance SMS that comes to their mobile, they get notified that their student has reached the coaching
Okay.
institute. So like while we were working there, while we were there, and we were developing the application side by side. So once we created the application entirely, then we thought, why not sell this to other institute? Why not? Why just have it with ourselves? Other teachers also need it, and they should also be empowered. Then we get in talk with the like the biggest coaching in Roorkee, and they were ready to apply it in their coaching institute. Then the journey started from there. In 6 months, we were from zero to like 20 clients, and then like it really boosted our motivation. And then through those 20 clients, they gave us feedback, like what more features that they want, what more things that they need right now. So we kept including those things, and the app is a hit right now.
Okay, great. Sounds like a very interesting journey. Emindra, tell us about your venture as well, considering because you've gone the organic way. Now, organic has, of course, a clear advantage in terms of perception, but price is a disadvantage. So, how are you working to bridge that particular gap with conventional products, which are not good for the environment, not good for perhaps the women themselves, but price-wise, they're far more affordable.
Of course. So Gautam, there are two aspects to it. Initially, we build the kind of awareness that we have to. Number one, to understand there are two different markets in India. One is the muscle kind, which of course will go for a more economical products. The other one looks into more comfort. Nora specifically initially will be targeting the niche to create that kind of awareness. We are parallelly working on a product which can still be organic and can be targeted to that master kind where a pack of 10 can be around 100 rupees. Now that for that we of course we are at an initial stage. A per unit cost for the procurement of raw material and every single detail needs to be crunched. So we by 2020, by the end of 2022, we're planning to go ahead with the master range 2, which will still be organic, rash free, and will have the lowest amount of plastic in its segment.
Okay, great, great. Okay, Devish, just tell us because like we said at the start, your startup is in the formative stage. It's just begun its journey, and it's in fact all three of you are part of an accelerator, which is India Accelerator. So just tell us why did you feel the need to be part of an accelerator, and how is the experience helping? Along with all that, the ecosystem is also trying to provide to startups like yours so that you can prosper and grow and employ more people, including the government.
Right. So when anyone of must agree with me that when we are at a very nascent stage, we have an idea, we have a product, we have tested the MVP product. We obviously want the leadership thoughts who have been the industry leaders in this particular domain or have acquired knowledge from different domains. For that, accelerator is a very good point for any startup who's very new in the market, who's booming, who has come with a new idea to go reach out to them and have their feedbacks. Accelerator are a very first milestone that any of the startup should achieve because these people work tirelessly on each startup so that in improving their designs, in improving their market strategy, in improving their business acumen, improving their technology. So I've got all the helps that would be required by me from IA, and IA has been very supportive. Also, I have been very vocal about O Local. They're helping us out in all the journey, whether it's PR, whether it's getting connected to the appropriate number of persons or technology wise or any spectrum of company that is required. So I would actually reach out to all the new founders who are about to create something new in the market to get incubated by a startup. They really tremendously help you.
Okay. Is that something that you share as well, Akash, in terms of how an incubator or an accelerator can help startups, in the formative seed capital stage, bring in, say, investors as well, angels and all that?
Obviously, sir, like as Devashit said, like when the startups initially work on their ideas, like they are so much involved in their idea that they create a bubble around them. So they are not aware of what's happening around, what is like in the market, what is happening in the market, how how well are they working, what are their drawbacks. So they don't know that. So getting into an accelerator or an incubator is the first validation that any of the startup get, and that's a big of a brings in a lot of motivation to the teammates as well, because yeah, it is a validation. And when you get in an accelerator program, you get to meet other startups, you get to share your thoughts with other founders, you get to share your journey, you get to listen to their journey. Then like you pretty much get more motivated and you know that you are not alone in the sea. And then like obviously an accelerator who's invested in your startup, they will be bringing like helping you in bringing more funds and getting capital for your this startup. And also they also helps in like streamlining the processes, because the young founders, they are very raw, like they have done everything from themselves, they have no training, though no professional training. So in that sense an accelerator is a must, like almost a must.
Okay, and it helps you scale up as well because you need that critical mass, in order to even bring on board investors, people to take you seriously.
Obviously, sir, like when they help in streamlining your process, you obviously get more business. You obviously get more traction. They tell you what is marketing all about. Like they are the first ones who introduce the power of marketing to you. Okay, so when you get into an accelerator, they help you prepare your pitch. They help you repeat your pitches. Like in India Accelerator as well. Like we were attending weekly this meet, and we all have to pitch again and again so that we can practice it always. So those things they help in getting like when you talk to an investor, these things help. These things because like when we talk about the mass of a startup, okay, so in initial stage there's nothing to show. Like an investor only trusts on the founders. So how will the founder perform, how will the founder's is making his personality, these are the things that matters, and accelerator helps in developing that.
Okay, wonderful. And Devendra, just tell us your experience because your company is slightly different from the other two co-founders and founders that we have with us today. Because theirs is more digital tech based, and yours is more about product development, innovation on that side, and then of course perception building, marketing as well. That I guess would need a lot of hand holding too.
Of course, of course. So I would my first time experience when I came into IA was completely different. So coming from an MNC kind of an environment where you're working with a lot of subordinates, and you get into a startup, you do not interact with a lot of people. You do not know. You do not have. You only had those connects which you had in your previous company. Now coming to IA, the first day I was here, I was working on my master's. Suddenly met someone, and we had a 1.5 hour kind of a discussion. Out of that discussion, irrespective of whichever industry I was from, there were connects popping out like crazy. I mean, we were standing there at the same time, you're shooting mails, talking to them. And the kind of ecosystem, the kind of energy that you need to actually run a startup or to evolve in the initial stage, that kind of energy is equally, shared, and the kind of effort helps a lot. Let be an IT tech-oriented company or a product-oriented company. The kind of partnerships we want to evolve, and they have a huge network, I would say,
Okay.
where the kind of let be tech or a product or any kind of partnership or any kind of collaboration that we want to do. So that really helps the brand to reach places which we normally can't.
Well, I hope that helps all three of you a lot. Your companies are new and in nascent stages, but I'm sure they will scale up pretty fast. And we will be talking further about your success in the coming months, perhaps, if not weeks. Thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gautam. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
having
much.
us.